Here, Governor. So they've got a great season going. And you could say the same thing for Howard with their 3 losses. A 3-point loss to Chester, then DeSmet, ranked number 2 right now in Class B. They lost 56-46, and then got beat by Hanson by 5 points, 54-49. The only 3 losses for Coach Nick Kepsel and the Howard Tigers. And, of course, Brett Gardner, the head man for the Winter Warriors. Let's give you starting lineups. They're getting alternate starting lineups going on here on the floor. But we'll go team by team. Let's start with the visitors. Howard, they'll be in the road black uniforms with the orange and the white trim here today. Big 6'8" Colt Kepsel, who has, by the way, 845 career points, so a very good chance to get to 1,000 in his career here by the time his senior season is done. 6'8" senior Colt Kepsel, 6'4" junior Luke Kepsel, who is the son of head coach Nick Kepsel. Then you've got Taden Hoyer, the 6'2" senior, Colby Clausen, a 6-foot senior, and Logan Mentley, a 6-foot senior. The starting 5 for the Howard Tigers. Nick Kepsel in his 6th year as the head coach of the Tigers, assisted by Ryan Spader and Kennedy Kepsel. On the other side, for Winter, they'll be in the home uniforms as here comes the National Guardsmen down repelling with our game basketball, as they've been doing here for all of the games thus far, and will continue to do that. For the Winter Warriors, their starters include the big guy, Sean Hammerbeck, the 6'7" junior, Aiden Barfus, a 6-foot senior, Ryder Halligan, 5'11" junior, Carter Craven, a 6'3" freshman, and Zach Olson, a 5'7" sophomore. The head coach of the 7-2 Winter Warriors, Brett Gardner, his record 179 wins against just 84 losses. He is assisted by Ben Connaught. Our 3 officials for Game 3 of the 42nd Annual Hanson Classic: Steve Schoenfelder, the dad, Kate Schoenfelder, the son, and Kevin Talley, who's the dad of a pretty good player for the Mitchell Colonels right now by the name of Marcus Talley, one of the best guards in the state. And here we go, underway. The Winter Warriors will get the tap again in the home uniforms. They head to the basket to your right as you look at it. Zach Olson on the dribble will leave it out front. This is Aiden Barfus with a crossover. Dumps it in the corner. Halligan for 3, a little bit strong. Rebound cleared out, and the Howard Tigers push the ball up the floor. Mentley and Clausen, the guards. The 2 Kepsels and Hoyer on the front line. And you got some football players on the floor here. You know, Taden Hoyer, All-State football. Luke Kepsel, All-State football and baseball player. Again, as I mentioned, this is just a lot of good athletes on the floor on both sides. Of course, you can't overlook Mr. Hammerbeck. What a physical specimen. Reminds me of Rod Pattison just a little bit out there on the floor.
Yeah.
He's being recruited big time to play some college football. We'll talk about that as we go. Here's a 3 on the way. That one going to be off the mark, put up by Taden Hoyer. Rebound controlled by the Warriors of Winter. So each team has had a possession and no score. Aiden Barfus leaving it out front. Craven dumping it down into the corner to Zach Olson, just a sophomore. The guards young here, Craven and Olson for Winter. Nice bounce pass into Hammerbeck. Now the drive down the middle of the lane. Barfus might have been partially blocked on the way up. Comes up short of the basket. So good stop again for the Howard Tigers. And still no score on the board here early. And we're going to get a walk. Yeah, that pass was a little bit astray for big Colt Kepsel, the 6'8" senior. Kind of caught it on his hip a little bit and had to take the extra step before he was able to get control of it, and the travel called there. So a minute and a half in, and still the zeros on the scoreboard. You know, that's been the way our first 2 games started too. Low scoring in about the first 3 minutes, and then they took off, no problem. 6-foot senior Aiden Barfus on the wing, feeds it into the posts. Good ball movement. The 3 by Halligan. There you go. Ryder Halligan, who averages a little over 9 points a ball game, 2.5 rebounds per ball game. Hits the 3, 3-0. The Winter Warriors with the lead. Pass inside. We're going to get a hold there. I believe Barfus will be called for it. We'll wait for the official call as Howard tried to lob that ball into to big Colt Kepsel. Yep, Aiden Barfus with his first. Aiden Barfus, baseball player, very good baseball player. He's going to head up to Dakota State University in Madison to play his college baseball. Here is Colt Kepsel. Can't make that move to the basket, leaves it on the wing. Now the long one coming up just a little bit short for Luke Kepsel, the 6'4 junior. Leading scorer, by the way, for Howard. Luke averaging just over 15 a game. There's the live pass down low to the big guy. Sean Hammerbeck with the lay-in. 5-0, winner with the lead. Howard goes back to Kepsel. The head fake goes up. Hammerbeck might have got a piece of that. Tip in, no good. Ball still loose underneath, out of bounds. It will stay with the Howard Tigers. Back to Sean Hammerbeck, averaging 15.7 points per game and double-figure rebounding as well. 11 rebounds per contest for the big guy. Being recruited as a tight end for college football. North Dakota State University, one of them that are after him. Oh, nice little move down low and a finish by Luke Kepsel. Yeah, fake going to the middle of the lane, drop step back the other way and puts it up and in. And Howard is on the board, 5-2 winner. Here 3 minutes into the first quarter. Tim Smith, Rod Pattison with you, Mike Side, for the whole day's action. They go into Hammerbeck. Can't get it to go, fighting for the rebound, but the Tigers come out of there with that loose ball. Colby Clausen pushes it. Kepsel, nice pass down underneath. Kepsel with the beautiful touch pass there to Tayton Hoyer. Hoyer will get the 2 points and the assist to Kepsel. And Howard within one now at 5-4. Both teams man-to-man defensively. The turn and the shot by Carter Craven will go from right straight on at the top of the key. The three-pointer for Craven. He averages 9 points a game, and he's second on the team in rebounding as well. 7.5 rebounds a game for Carter Craven. 3 on the way. Luke Kepsel is going to dial it up. See, what did I tell you? We start out a little slow in the scoring, and here we go halfway through the first quarter.
Well, kind of like me when I was a teenager. I didn't start very good in the morning, but I got after it in the afternoon.
If you were still in class by the afternoon.
Well, there you go.
Going to get a turnover, a travel at the other end, and the ball will go back here to the Howard Tigers. Trailing by 1 exactly here halfway through the first quarter of play. Luke Mentley inbounding. Kepsel back to Mentley. He's open in the corner, and he will make him pay. Three-pointer for Logan. He's a good three-point shooter. 38% three-point shooter. That's his 20th make from the three-point line on the year, and Howard's got the 2-point lead back again. Zach Olson leaving it for Barfus. Cut off free throw line. Bounce pass down low. Going to sail out of bounds. He had a cutter going in there, but he could not find Carter Craven. And a turnover against the Warriors. So the Howard Tigers will get the basketball right back again. By the way, did not mention, and I apologize, Carson Hinker checking in at that last stop and play. Here's a nice drive by Colt Kepsel. He will finish his first basket of the day for the 6'8 senior. Yeah, Carson Hinker wearing number 2, 6'2 junior in there for Howard, our first substitution. And a drive in the other end. The bump on Zach Olson as he was on his way to the basket. Steve Schoenfelder will report that here to the scoring table. And looks like it'll be on Ryder Halligan. Yep, his first. Or check that. Logan Mitley, his first, I apologize. Pass down low and the finish by Aiden Barfus, his first basket. Now 4 out of the 5 starters have scored here for a winner. And they're back within 2 points as we click under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Kepsel leaving it left side for Hinker. Now the cross-court pass. 3 on the way by Mentley. Comes up short, but the rebound to Hinker. So a fresh shot clock here for the Howard Tigers. And don't need to be in any big hurry. Mentley getting it into Kepsel. Throws it right back outside. Boom, the 3. Second 3 of the ball game for Logan Mentley, averaging just over 6 points a game. He's at 6 already, but as you said, he's a good 3-point shooter. and Howard by 5. Crossover by Barfus into the corner. Halligan for the 3. That's off the mark. Actually hit the side of the glass that time. And pushing it is Luke Kepsel. Free throw line, throws it up off balance. He almost got caught traveling there. And Kepsel just put it up off balance. No good. The Warriors control as we go under 2 minutes now to go here in quarter number 1. They'll reset. Zach Olson, the 5'7" sophomore. Now into the hands of Ryder Halligan. And down low inside, but a good double team. Keeps Hammerbeck away. Now he'll take the long shot. Won't go for Sean Hammerbeck. Kepsel trying to run the floor. 2 big steps. We've got a collision. Which way? Blocking foul. Count the basket and a free throw coming. They will call the foul on Ryder Halligan. His first of the ball game. Yeah, Colt Kepsel stopped about the free throw line, maybe even a half foot outside, and in 2 steps he was underneath the basket. With a 6'8" frame, he can cover a lot of ground there. Kepsel with a couple of buckets and a chance to add the 3-point play here. He is a 63% free throw shooter. Aiden Schroeder, new man in for Winter, wearing number 13, 6-foot junior. And Landon Calhoun, number 21, 5'11" junior, also in for the Warriors. As Kepsel does complete the 3-point play. Biggest lead of the ball game, 18-10 now for Howard. Olson on the dribble. Zach Olson all the way to the basket. Nice move. The crossover up top, and then the nice finish for Zach. Cuts that lead back down to 6 again with a minute to go here in the first quarter. Kepsel trying that over-shoulder pass to Carson Hinker, who we saw break into the basket, the opposite side, but tipped out of bounds by the Warriors. Now we're going to see Noah Best chucking into the lineup. Big number 54, 6'2" senior. And Hammerbeck will get a break here right at the end of the quarter with a minute to go. And so will Luke Kepsel get a break here at the end of the quarter. I believe that was Austin Severson. Yes, it is, who just got a touch on the ball. Austin Severson, the new man in for Howard. Drive started by Hoyer, and Hoyer will take it to the basket and finish. Yeah, he's got a big frame. Again, all-state football player. Not sure where Hoyer might end up, but he'll help somebody in the college ranks, no doubt, if he wants to continue playing football. 19 on the shot clock, 28 seconds to go in the quarter, and again for the second time the 8-point Howard lead. Barfus drives, tries to slip it across the lane, and what have we? Out of bounds, off of Howard. A couple of players going to the floor there, but the Howard player involved, and that is Will Mayer, number 3, the 5'9" senior, was touching the baseline. And now we're going to see Hammerbeck come back in, so his counterpart, Colt Kepsel, will come back in for Howard as well. 9 to shoot here for Winners. They put it in. And the shot good from out front. Zach Olson with his second basket of the ball game. And a last possession here for Howard of the quarter. 5 to shoot. Luke Kepsel drives, puts it up with that left hand and in, and that's the way our quarter will come to an end. 7 points for Luke Kepsel. We've got Howard up by 7, 22-15 at the end of 1. This is the 42nd annual Hanson Boys Basketball Classic. Back with quarter number 2 in 1 minute.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, your local Farmers Union insurance agent was there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. More choices, great rates, local agents.
For more information,
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Well, shooting in that first quarter of play, pretty doggone good on both sides. How about 64% for Howard, 9 of 14, but 55%, 6 of 11 on the other side for Winter. And really, if you look at what these teams score, you'd kind of expect a low-scoring game here today. We'll talk about that a little more in a second. Kepsel dumping it down to Will Mayer in the corner. The lob underneath, and they're going to get it done. Fumbled momentarily by Luke Kepsel, but then he recovers and sticks it back up and in. 9 points already. Good start for Luke Kepsel, who averages a little over 15 a ball game for Coach Nick Kepsel. And Luke, of course, his son. So you know he has all the instructions down, does Luke. Barfus dump it into the corner. Here's Zach Olson. Count the 3. Second 3 of the ball game for Zach Olson. There's a kid that only averages 3 points a game, and he's got 8 already because he's knocked down a couple of threes. Winner back within 6 points. Taden Hoyer with a touch out front. Corner, another 3 on the way. This one off the back of the rim would not go for Luke Kepsel. And Barfus will move it into the front court here for the Warriors. Lob inside, Hammerbeck, right away they collapse on him. Back to Aiden Barfus. His shot a little bit short. Howard coming out of there with the rebound. Austin Severson. Taden Hoyer getting all kinds of pressure. Who did it go off? It went off Mr. Hoyer, and it will be Winter basketball. And checking into the lineup here, by the way, for Howard will be number 10, Colby Clausen, one of the starters, the 6-foot senior guard. I wonder with a chance to cut into the 6-point lead. Halligan thought about shooting, now in trouble out front. Ball loose, still loose on the floor, and finally the Tigers going to pick it up. Good double team there defensively. Pass inside, Hoyer can't finish, but Kepsel is right there. 7 points for Colt Kepsel in the game. And Howard doing a good job on the offensive glass here. And back up by 8 points. That has been their biggest lead now at about 4 different occasions. Now they try to get it into Hammerbeck, but too many bodies along the way. And Howard will come up with the turnover. Not many of those in the ball game thus far. Well played. Colt Kepsel with the long shot that won't go. Winter will control. Yeah, we only had the 3rd turnover right there against Winter, and Howard's only committed 2 turnovers in the ball game here early in the second quarter. Halligan has to pick up his dribble, looking for a little help out front. Now Olson. Olson, who's had the hot hand from 3-point range. Now that shot clock down under 10. Olson's going to drive all the way in, but Kepsel got a piece of it. Severson on the run. Bounce pass left side, and the finish right there. Luke Kepsel with 11 points in the ball game. And for the first time, a 10-point advantage for Howard. Doing a good job of getting out and running with the basketball. And they try to knock it away again, but a little bit too much contact. Luke Kepsel will pick up the foul, just his first. Logan Metley, number 14, coming back in the ball game here for Howard. And we'll get a sub, I believe, Aiden Schroeder. Yeah, they're going to allow Aiden to come in. He will give Zach Olson a rest here for Winter. Carson Hinker also checked back in for Howard. We saw him a little earlier. And Austin Severson goes to the bench. And another takeaway by Howard. Quick hands by Colt Kepsel to knock that ball away. Here's Hinker giving it to Colts. Trying to take Hammerbeck down inside. Throws it back on the wing for the 3, but Metley can't knock it down. And Aiden Barfus on the defensive rebound. And I believe, I thought we were going to get a timeout there, but we don't. Coach Brett Gardner right in front of us got up, said something to the official Steve Schoenfelder. I thought maybe he wanted to stop it, but not the case. Play on. Tough turnaround by Hammerbeck. Comes up a little bit short. Hand right in his face. Good job running the 4. Clausen gets it into Kepsel. One head fake, up and no. Kepsel with his own rebound. Going to throw it outside this time. And Howard can take their time. They get a fresh shot clock. And before they work it around, head coach Nick Kepsel wants to call a timeout. 3:47 to go before halftime. Coach Kepsel's Howard Tigers up by 10. Going to be a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break here from the boys' Hanson Classic.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Whether it's dusk or dawn, the Farm Mutual Group of South Dakota has you covered. They are your local insurance company that has been around for 140 years. Since 1883, they have been putting their neighbors first and will continue to do so. They carry farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Give Andrew or Ryan a call today at 605-583-4211 to see how they can help you with your insurance needs and go the extra mile to save you money.
Back to the world's only Corn Palace. Game 3 of our 8 today. 10-point lead here for Howard. Just a little bit quicker right now on the floor than the Winter Warriors. Almost a steal there by Aiden Barfus, as I said that. So Howard working with it out of their timeout. Still time on the shot clock, 12 seconds. From the corner, Metley will let one fly. That's going to be short. And the rebound controlled by the Warriors. Aiden Schroeder over there to pick up the loose ball. Drive started by Craven. Can he finish? No, but there's Hammerbeck using that body strength on the weak side to stick it right back up and in. Second basket for Big Sean Hammerbeck. 28-20. Howard, and the ball knocked out of bounds right in front of us here. Good hustle by Carter Craven to get a hand on it. And we're going to see Zach Olson come back into the guard spot for the Warriors. And returning will be Tayden Hoyer, number 22, and Will Mayer, number 3, for the Howard Tigers. Howard will throw it in here right in front of the scoring table. Again, they're 7-3, winner 7-2, Class B versus Class A, but two teams having very, very good years thus far. And they both had very good years last year, but did not make it to their state tournaments. There's the 3 by Will Mayer, the 5'9" senior, with his first basket. And for the first time, an 11-point lead for the Howard Tigers with 2.5 to go. Nice drive down the lane and good finish with the left hand, Carter Craven. Second basket for Carter. Just a 9th grader, Carter Craven. Said Zach Olson, just a sophomore, so a couple of young guys on the floor here for Coach Brett Gardner. And the Winter Warriors, the 3 on the way, that one's too strong. Mayer hit the one from one left side, but couldn't get the one to go from the right side. The Warriors slow the pace down a little bit. Now, if you looked at scoring averages, you'd think this was going to be a fairly low-scoring game. Both these teams average only in the 50s. As far as points, the scramble underneath, we're going to get a held ball, but it will stay with Winter, the possession arrow pointing their end. The Warriors only average 51 points a game, but great defense. Through 9 games, they are giving up only 36.6 points per game. That is tremendous. Now, Howard averages 58 points a game. They give up about 42, which is still very, very good. And Hammerbeck's shot going to be blocked underneath. Colt Kepsel got a piece of it, but we're going to get a travel on Colt as he took that pass. Kind of had to reach around a little bit funny to try and grab that one and just shuffled the feet. So it stays a 9-point advantage here for the Howard Tigers. Down to 1:40 to go before halftime. We'll get you all the numbers on the first half, and we got to reach around by Kepsel, trying to get around Hammerbeck, and that's not an easy thing to do. Colt Kepsel is going to pick up his first foul of the ball game. So fresh 35s on the shot clock here for Winter as they'll throw it in. Out front, Craven all the way to the basket. Couple buckets in a row here for Carter Craven. And it's down to a 7-point lead now at 31-24. Open shot, three from the left corner, won't go, and an over and back, or over the back, I should say, on Will Mayer. Going to be called on the rebound. Yeah, Howard's had some good looks now from the corners where they were hitting a couple of those threes earlier, and they've cooled off just a little bit. And now Winter with a chance to further cut into the 7-point lead. The biggest has been at 11. And Winter on a little bit of a 4-0 run right here. Zach Olson to the left corner. Halligan can't get the shot to go. Rebound loose underneath and saved there by the Howard Tigers. Good play by Colby Clausen to hold his balance and keep that ball in play. Now drive to the basket. Oh, couldn't get quite the touch on it, Luke Kepsel. And Winter comes away with it. Barfus will take it down to the corner, and down to 38 seconds to go here in the first half. And now Howard's going to, or excuse me, I should say, Winter's going to slow it down a little bit. 12 on the shot clock. Halligan back to Olsen. He'll take that shot. Nope, off the mark. And now Howard can hold here for the last shot of the half. 15 seconds to go. Obviously, the shot clock is off, so Howard's going to have themselves an advantage going into the locker room here at halftime. Luke Kepsel giving it up out front. Hoyer wants the shot, can't get it. Rebound to Winter. Long heave down the floor is going to come up short at the buzzer. Your halftime score here will read Howard 31, Winter 24 in this matchup of Class B and Class A teams. We've got all the numbers for you, and we'll bring you up to date on the first two games of the day as well. So stay with us here at halftime. This is the 42nd annual Hanson Boys Basketball Classic. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Triatel is a telecommunications company that serves over 10 small communities.
And just because you live in a small community doesn't mean that you can't get good service.
For me, it's really important to be able to work remotely here in the country.
If you live in the Triatel service area and you're looking for a good, reliable, high-speed internet connection, we've served our members for 65 years, and we're going to be serving you long into the future.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
The world's only Corn Palace. I'm tired just watching these guys from the National Guard here. We got a couple of new recruits facing off in a little push-up challenge, and then a couple of the National Guard guys there too. And yeah, it might take me one, maybe 1.5. I'd be done, and they're sitting here doing about 30 of those push-ups, but yeah, I'm glad they're in shape. That's for sure. Fun stuff here, and of course, thanks to the National Guard for their participation in the Hanson Classic. Thanks to Donnie Bridge and his staff of guys here who are helping with our feed as well to you today on Live Ticket TV, and glad to have you along. Well, again at halftime, 31-24, Howard over Winter. I'm looking at the official halftime stats. I mean, they are really pretty even. A little bit of a difference in the shooting, and that's basically it. 6 more shots taken by Howard and 3 more baskets made by Howard. But overall, very, very even in every other category. Let's start with those team stats, where Howard is shooting 46% and Winter is shooting 45%. But again, the difference is that Howard's taken 28 shots, made 13. Winter has taken 22 shots and made 10 of those 22. So 3 baskets different. Both teams have made 4 3-pointers. Howard is 4 of 13. Winter is 4 of 10. Rebounding, dead even. 14 for Howard, 13 rebounds for Winter in the game. And each team has, well, no, I was going to say 1. No, Howard's got 3 offensive rebounds, Winter with 1. But again, very, very even there. And in the turnover department, a couple more for the Winter Warriors. They've got 4 turnovers. I mean, that's not bad at all. But only 1 turnover in the whole first half against the Howard Tigers. Howard 8 assists on their 13 made baskets. 3 of those assists go to Colt Kepsel, the big guy. 6 assists out of their 10 baskets for the Winter Warriors. A couple of assists apiece for Carter Craven and for Aiden Barfus. Let's talk your individual scoring here. We'll start with Howard. 11 points for Luke Kepsel. He's 5 of 9 from the field. Couple of rebounds for Luke as well. He's the only one in double figures. Then you go to 7 points for Colt Kepsel. Colt is 3 of 5 from the field. He's also got 5 rebounds in the first half. 6 points in the ball game for Logan Metley. Logan is 2 of 4 from the 3-point range for those 6 points. Then you got 4 points for Taden Hoyer, 2 of 6 overall from the field for Hoyer, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 3 points for Will Mayer. Mayer hit the 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the 3-point range. That's your 31 points for the Howard Tigers. On the other side, for the Winter Warriors, 8 points leads the way, and that is Zach Olson, the sophomore guard. He's knocked down a couple of threes, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, and 3 of 5 overall for those 8 points. Also has 1 assist. Carter Craven with 7 points, 3 of 4 shooting from the field, including a 3. And Craven also with 3 rebounds and 2 assists here in the first half. Behind those two, you go down to 4 points for Sean Hammerbeck. Hammerbeck 2 of 6 from the field. He does have 4 rebounds to go along with his 4 points. And Ryder Halligan hit a 3-pointer. He's 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. For his 3 points, he's also got a couple of rebounds and 1 assist. 31-24. The Howard Tigers have the lead here at halftime. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get you up to date on the first 2 games that have been played here today. We'll do that in just 1 minute. This is the Hanson Boys Classic on Live Ticket TV.
To solve the world's most challenging problems, there must be harmony between human and nature. We already know the beat. It's time to compose a new melody. Sustainable plant-based solutions by Poet are getting us back in rhythm with nature.
For nearly 80 years, Security State Bank has been offering the financial.
Back we come to the world's own, the Corn Palace. Two really good finishes in our first two games here today. Let's run them down real quickly for you. Game one, it was Hanson and Clark Willow Lake. Hanson wins it 66-64. Clark Willow Lake had an opportunity at a three-pointer to win it, but just inside the half-court line, a tough shot that did not go at the buzzer. Individually, we saw a couple of great performances. For Clark Willow Lake, boy, do they have some outstanding young players. I'm talking 8th grader, 6'4", Sully Felberg led the scoring with 24 points. Freshman Bo Begeman was second in scoring with 14 points. Yeah, they've got some excellent young talent there, without a doubt. For Clark Willow Lake, look out for them in years to come, no question. For Hanson, wow, did we have a game for Jace Slava, the guard. How about 32 points? He also added 4 rebounds and 6 assists in the game for Jace Slava. 66-64, Hanson over Clark Willow Lake. And then in game 2, Rod Patterson had the call for you. It was Gregory holding on to win by 4 points over Ipswich. 55-51. Daniel Mitchell, 21 points, 11 rebounds for the big 6'7" guy, the state high jump champ, as Rod pointed out. Yeah, 21 points, 11 boards for the double-double. And on the other side, Jace Concert, 27-point performance. He hit 7 of 14 threes. Outstanding. Trevor Hines, also a big game, a double-double, 15 points, 13 rebounds for Ipswich, but Gregory wins it 55-51. Coming up next, we have got another matchup of A and B teams for you, and this is number 5 in Class A, St. Thomas More, against number 2 in Class B, DeSmet. Rod will be having that call for you coming up next. Let's squeeze in a final timeout. Howard is up here at halftime, 31-24. We'll come back, start the second half in just 1 minute.
Financial services to meet personal and business needs. From starting your first checking account, getting a loan to build your business, or planning ahead with a retirement account, you'll find Security State Bank is there to help you reach your financial goals. For a strong financial partner to meet your needs, it's Security State Bank in Alexandria, Spencer, and Montrose.
Well, welcome back to the Corn Palace. Just about getting ready to go with the start of our third quarter here. 31-24 Howard. Special presentation and a lifetime pass to, one of the leaders in Pierre, no question, Joe Auk, who has been 15 years with the South Dakota High School Activities Association. A huge role as far as girls sports, especially in the state of South Dakota. And she was honored here at halftime, well-deserved. Now we got a couple of scholarships handed out on the Winter Warrior side. Congrats to Aiden Barfus And over on the Howard side, Colby Clausen, the winner of the Hanson scholarships, and they do a lot of great things here, no question, at the Hanson Classic. And I'm still upset that we could not have the girls Classic last week on Saturday, because man, we had some good matchups. Some of those games were played here last night at the Corn Palace, and boy, they were excellent ball games. Saw Wagner and Ethan pull out wins. But let's get back to boys basketball. Here we go. Start the third quarter. Howard Tigers with it. Luke Kepsel throwing that pass over into the corner, and we're going to get a travel called from that corner as Caden Hoyer made his move to the basket. We said just a lot of great athletes on the floor. Caden Hoyer, the All-State football player. Luke Kepsel, All-State in both football and an All-State baseball player. The Kepsel boys have both been 3-year starters for this Howard team, because they've had a great run here over the past several years. Certainly one of the powers in the state. Pull-up jumper, free throw line, and it does settle in for Ryder Halligan. Wanted to go all the way around the rim before it finally came down and in, but it did. And Winter back within 5 points now. They trailed by 11 on a couple of occasions. There's a nice pass inside. Ooh, and Colt Kepsel's shot will not fall, and then it's going to be out of bounds to Winter. Well, Colt wishes he had that one back. Tough luck shot from underneath. You know, talk about a good year. Howard had 16 wins last year. Got to the Sweet 16, but couldn't make it to the state tournament. They lost to a pretty good team from White River in the Sweet 16 last year. And then you can say equally as good for the Winter Warriors as they get it into Hammerbeck, and his shot won't crawl over the rim, and it's going to be out of bounds to Howard. So we see both the post players unable to finish getting those passes down low. Yeah, look at Winter, 21-2 last year, but did not make it to the state tournament. Got beat out in the round of the Sodak 16. That's a tough break, no question. Colt Kepsel from the baseline, can't get the shot to go. So just one basket here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Putting it on the floor, Craven got to the bucket, nice move, but couldn't get it over the rim with the left hand. Now Howard running the floor, and they will get the finish at the other end. Hoyer scores. He's got 6 points. And back to the 7-point advantage for the Howard Tigers we had at halftime. Warriors get it to Hammerbeck. Thought about trying to take it inside, but leaves it on the wing. They're going to go right back to Sean. Now he's got the cutter. Barfus coming in, and we'll get the foul there. That good little two-man game between Hammerbeck and Barfus. And Aiden will go to the free throw line. We mentioned earlier, he's going to play some college baseball, going to be headed to Dakota State University to play. And talked about Hammerbeck too, and the athlete, of course, that he is, and his size, being recruited. Well, we mentioned North Dakota State, but he's got a couple other teams looking for him. I know Texas Tech is mentioned, one that's got an offer on the table for him, and there will be others if he hadn't gotten them already. Barfus a little short on that second one. Winter back within 6 points at 33-27. Kepsel with a lob down low to Kepsel, and knocked away. Good job underneath that time by Winter's Carter Craven to reach a hand in there and knock what looked like might be a sure lay-in for Luke Kepsel. Here's Colt again at the free throw line, trying to work on Hammerbeck. Gonna give it up out front. Metley putting it on the floor. Now Colt again all the way underneath, but no shot. Shot clock is running down. We're down to 6-5. The cutter going in. Oh, just can't get the shot to go as Hoyer, and then we're going to get a foul on the rebound. Well, Colt Kepsel stuck with it, and he's going to end up at the free throw line shooting a pair. Foul will go, it looks like, on Carter Craven, the 6'3" freshman. Yep, that will be just his first foul of the ball game. Colt Kepsel, 63% free throw shooter on the year, looking for point number 8 of the day, and he has got it. And we'll see Will Mayer check back in the lineup here for Howard, giving Logan Metley a little bit of a break. One more for Colt Kepsel, who averages a little over 13 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game. And that one's short. And Craven on the rebound. 34-27. Barfus wants the long one, but he can't get the three to go. Good defensive board by Colby Clausen, and Clausen pushes it up himself. Now Kepsel dumping it in the corner, and no, too strong there by Luke Kepsel. The thing you like about Colt Kepsel's game is that he can score, and he's 6'8", but he's a very good passer of the basketball as well. Had, I think it was 3 assists if I remember correctly in the first half. That shot off the mark is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. And that helps when you got a big guy that you can go inside to and then make your cuts off him, and he can find you if you're open with a basketball. Halfway through quarter number 3. Howard maintaining their lead. Luke looking inside, can't get it there. Now they will get the ball to Colt Kepsel, and we got another foul. I believe it's going to be Craven again. We'll make sure here as Kevin Talley is going to come to the scoring table and report. Yes, number 23, Craven. So his second foul, second team foul on Winter here in the other quarter. So Colt Kepsel right back to the free throw line where he made 1 of 2 just a few moments ago. And that one a little bit too strong. This was 31-24 at halftime, so right now each team with just 3 points here in the quarter. Now Howard adds 1 more, but we played almost 4 minutes of basketball, so a very low scoring third quarter. And as we mentioned for you earlier, both these teams are very, very good defensively, not allowing many points. Nice steal by Colt Kepsel, anticipated that pass inside, and he'll push it. Leaving it for Mayer. Got a hold up, didn't have numbers that time. The 3 from the corner, that's off the mark by Taden Hoyer. Had an open look at the basket. As we said, Winter giving up less than 37 points a game through their first 9 games. And Howard giving up less than 42 points a game through their first 10 games of the season. The turnover by the Warriors. Now the ball knocked out of bounds, it'll stay. At the Howard end of the floor, we're going to see a substitution. Carson Hinker coming in, and as Carson Hinker checks in, timeout on the floor called by Nick Kepsel. His team still up by 8 as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the third. Is going to be a short one. This is the 42nd annual Hanson Boys Classic. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
Member FDIC.
Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek in Howard, and Valley Station in Armour are your 100% locally owned team of agronomy experts. We offer Agronomy 365, which provides info in real time to make decisions that result in better, more profitable farming. We know you and your operation with service beyond compare. Get a jump on spring planning with Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek in Howard, and Valley Station in Armour. We are ag done right.
Well, this has settled into the kind of defensive game I was anticipating all along. Howard has scored 4 points, Winter 3 points here in this third quarter, and we have played now almost 5 minutes of basketball. So they have tightened it up on both ends of the floor. Colt Kepsel leaving it on his left side there for Clausen. Nice movement of the basketball here for Howard. Can they get off a shot? They're down to 7 on the shot clock. Colt starts to make a move, dumps it in the corner. Got to get that ball up at the basket. 2-1. There's the shot clock buzzer, and play on. Yeah, Howard did not get a shot up at the basket. Great D there by the Warriors. Barfus drives, can't get it in. Came back to poke at the basketball, but could not get it back. And again, trouble scoring on both ends of the floor here. And the defense is making it very difficult to get any kind of an open look at the basket. Luke Kepsel, the 6'4 junior, nice drive, he'll finish. Collision underneath, but they're going to call that incidental contact, let it go. That's 13 points now for Luke Kepsel, and back to the 10-point lead for Howard. They had an 11-point lead back in the second quarter on a couple of occasions, the biggest of the ball game. Craven on the drive, and he will finish. And a quick timeout this time by the winner Warriors. Carter Craven with a nice ball game, 9 points right on his season's average, 37-29. Howard, we're under 2 minutes to go in the quarter, Rodney.
You know, you have mentioned a couple times, and I know I have too, how intriguing it is to see a Class B versus Class A matchup. And as long as you and I have been watching basketball in the state of South Dakota, it just seems to me like there's just a little bit of a different style between Class B and Class A. Class A seems to be a little bit more physical, a little more locked down defensively. It's interesting that the Class B team, Howard, is leading a game that is kind of a Class A type of game, it seems to me. Physical, lockdown defense, and they look pretty good right now. This is a battle.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that Howard's got going for them is, I guess you could almost say they're maybe not a typical Class B type team with the size that they get on the floor. I mean, obviously the two Kepsels at 6'8", 6'4", but then you got Hoyer, the football player guy, at 6'2", so they can really battle you inside as well.
Yep, and they've done a good job inside too against the big guy.
Well, back to the action. Howard will put it in. Full court pressure, a little switch here by Coach Brett Gardner, getting after him, and almost a takeaway, and not liking the call as Ryder Halligan, but really not liking the call as Coach Gardner. He thought he had all ball there, kind of reached over the shoulder a little bit.
Well, and it was getting really close to 10-second time too. They were really getting dangerously close. Caught a break.
Second foul called on Halligan in the game. Third team foul by Winter. Howard's committed only one here in this quarter. Looked like maybe an extra step out front by Luke Kepsel, but got away with it. Luke with it again now in the corner. And he'll launch one. It's going to come up short. Big battle for the rebound. Oh, Howard had it, and then they throw it away. That was a nice job by Tatum Hoyer to rip that ball out of there, but he tried to throw it quickly across the lane, and it sails out of bounds. Turnover against the Tigers. And again, Winter has only scored 5 points in this quarter. But it hadn't been an explosion for Howard. They've scored 6 points here in the quarter. 6 and 5. Barfus out front. The pace of the game definitely has slowed down. That's a tough move by Barfus. He can't get that turnaround to go. Spinning right in the middle of the lane. Luke Kepsel pushes it up the floor. Under a minute to go now in the third. The three, good. Well, maybe it's whoever can knock down a three here and there is going to come away with this one. Will Mayer with that three, his second of the ball game. And now we're back to that equaling the biggest lead at 40-29. Shot clock and the game clock about a 6-second difference here. Barfus from the right corner. He can't get the long one to go. Howard can hold now with 20 seconds to go here in this third quarter of play. So the Warriors going to have some catching up to do in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds. The high post, Luke Kepsel, and a reach in and a foul going to be called. Trying to reach around the side that time, Ryder Halligan, but got a little bit of a piece of the arm. And we got subs coming in for both teams here right at the end of the quarter. Is going to try and give all these starters a little bit of an extra rest. By the way, on Halligan, that is his third foul of the game, so he's going to have to be a little bit extra careful. 5.8 seconds here for the Howard Tigers to get off some kind of a shot. Metley will throw it in. Comes to the corner. Severson there. Inside, Colt Kepsel gets it off, but it won't go. Off the back of the iron as the buzzer sounds. But it is Howard by 11, 40-29 as we go to the fourth quarter here in Game 3 of the Hanson Boys Classic. We'll come back with the fourth quarter in just 1 minute.
the American way.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Well, we take a look at the shooting stats in that third quarter, and they are kind of what you'd expect them to be. For Winter, which scored just 5 points, 2 of 9 from the field in that quarter. And for Howard, which put 9 points on the board, they were 3 of 11 in that quarter. So struggle on both sides. But again, you got to credit the defense. Both teams really locked down in that quarter. For the game, Howard shooting 41% from the field now, 16 of 39. And on the other side, Winter shooting 39%, 12 of 31. Three-point line, Howard has made 5 of 16. Winter has made 4 of 12. Rebounding, Howard with a little advantage now at 25 to 19. Thing is, they've got 7 offensive rebounds compared to 2 for Winter, so an advantage there going for them. As we start the fourth quarter, and the Winter Warriors with it. Hammerbeck leaves it for Barfus. Elevates, and Colt Kepsel goes up and gets a piece of that on the block shot. By the way, the turnovers, very good. Only 4 against Howard and only 7 turnovers in the game against Winter. Ball goes inside, and I believe we're going to get a little hold down low. Steve Schoenfelder will report that one. It'll be Barfus who will pick up his second foul of the ball game. Steve Schoenfelder, Tate Schoenfelder, Kevin Talley are 3 officials here in this one. Just the first foul of the quarter. Long shot from the corner won't go by Austin Severson, and then out of bounds off of the Warriors. Well, the Tigers will throw it in, and basically a new shot clock, 33 seconds there. So they have plenty of time to set it up, and this game has become a deliberate one, as we said. The 3 halfway down and popped out for Logan Medley. Now Zach Olson pushing it up into the front court for Winter. Well, they could use a 3-pointer or 2 to go. That would really help them out. Hammerbeck trying to get in. Great block there by Colt Kepsel. Hammerbeck got it back. Now they go into him. Foul and a basket. Severson tried to come from the weak side but couldn't get there in time. He'll pick up the foul. But boy, that initial block by Colt Kepsel was sweet on Hammerbeck. Substitution, Colby Clausen coming back in. Severson will go out for Howard as Hammerbeck now looks for his 7th point of the ball game. They have done a great job on him. Remember, he came in averaging almost 16 points a game, 15.7 to be exact, and he does have 7 points now. But Howard's size has been a factor underneath. They press, but the big 6'8" guy handles the ball all the way up the floor, drives in. We got a whistle. They're going to call an offensive foul on Colt Kepsel, and that brings a cheer from the Winter bench to our right. Offensive foul or no offensive foul, that was a pretty nifty job of handling the basketball for a 6'8" guy.
Yep, and if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the smallest dudes on the floor, Zach Olson, at 5'7", stood there and took the charge.
Yeah, yep.
That's pretty brave to do that.
You got that right. Just a second foul, by the way, on Colt Kepsel. Nobody really in trouble. Now drive at the other end. Zach Olson, good move. Could not get that underhanded shot to stay for him. And Howard maintains that 8-point lead. Luke Kepsel trying to go inside, can't. Nice reversal of the basketball. Metley lets one go, and he will hit the three-pointer. The third three-pointer of the game for Logan Metley, the 6-foot senior, and it's right back to that 11-point lead again here for the Howard Tigers. Trying to go to 8-3 on the year. Hammerbeck, good position. They get him the ball, but double-teamed. Throws it back outside. Oh, now a nice bounce pass underneath. Finishing there is Carter Craven. Great pass from Halligan to Craven. Craven hits double figures, 11 points. He's the first guy to get the doubles for the Winter Warriors.
And that's a tough catch in there with a bounce pass in traffic, too.
Back to a 9-point game, 5.5 minutes to go. Drive started, a bump and a foul as Colby Clausen took it to the basket. It'll be the third team foul on Winter. Ooh, and I believe that's a fourth on Halligan. It is. Ryder Halligan picking up his fourth. See Taden Hoyer, number 22, come back in the lineup for Howard. And Landon Calhoun, the 5'11 junior, who has played just very briefly, number 21, in for the Warriors because Halligan's got to sit here for a little bit. New shot clock for Howard. Driving, Clausen feeds the ball off. Shot good, Colt Kepsel, and a whistle as well. Going to be a 3-point opportunity. Great move by Colby Clausen to get him the ball right there.
Well, indeed, and that's also a great catch and shot at the same time by Kepsel, too, because it looked like he didn't even catch the ball. It was almost kind of volleyballed the thing up there. It was just so quick, catch, shoot, and he's going to go to the line because of his efforts.
And the free throw good by Colt Kepsel. Well, obviously he's been a big factor in this game for the Howard Tigers. 12 points for Colt. Luke Kepsel with 13, and we get the long one to go finally for Winter. Well, that's what they need. Hammerbeck, he's in doubles with 10 points. They need a couple of those to go. A lot of time left. Still just under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. But it just seems like Winter's been chasing it all this second half. Just can't quite put a couple buckets in back to back. Metley leaving it in the corner. Luke Kepsel with a spin move. Nope, won't go. And Craven on the rebound. So here's an opportunity. They got the stop. Still down by 9. Barfus leaves it for Craven out front. Cut off halfway to the basket. The jumper, though, is going to go. And a quick timeout called by Coach Gardner of Winter. Well, that was a difficult shot for Carter Craven. He really had nowhere to go. Stopped there about 8-9 feet from the basket and then got that tough turnaround to go. 30-second timeout here for Coach Brett Gardner. His team back within 7. We'll be right back after this short break.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020, with locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota.
Well, the Winter Warriors have scored only 5 points total in the third quarter, have scored 10 in less than 4 minutes here in the fourth. They're trying to make this comeback and back within 7, and they're going to put on some pressure. But Howard, a nice job to beat that full court press, and now they'll settle it down, and Colby Clausen will run things out front. Hands it to Metley. Clausen with the bounce pass inside, but they cannot hold it. Good job by Barfus to kind of reach around on Luke Kepsel, knock that ball away. Drive started, blocking foul going to be called. Carter Craven says, I'll kind of take things on my shoulder here a little bit. He's a 9th grader. Mentioned that a few times. Having a great ball game. He averages 9 points a game. He's got 13 here today, and it was Craven who drew that foul on Taden Hoyer, just the first on Hoyer. And now each team with 3 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mr. Craven again. Again that stop, and again the hit midway through the lane. And remember his last basket, he hit that turnaround fadeaway from almost the same spot. Now we've got ourselves a 5-point game.
You know, that's an impressive shot because you're about 8-10 feet away from the basket. You're not really sure if you want to go straight through or bank, but boy, a couple of big shots by Craven last couple trips down the floor made it interesting again.
Without a doubt. Kepsel drives, got all kinds of contact here as he and Barfus collided.
Yeah, that mid-range jumper like that, going back to Craven for a little bit, that's tough for about anybody, but for a freshman to knock those down in a situation like that, that's very impressive.
Well, the foul, went on Craven. I know Barfus took a good hit in the head that time, but it was Craven that got the foul. His fourth, but a steal. And Craven will bring it up into the front court. So Carter's got to be careful in the foul department. They don't want him sitting on the bench. Barfus in the paint. Can't get off a shot. Throws it out to Craven. Now inside Hammerbeck. Here's the double team, the triple team. They knock it away. Hammerbeck's got it back. Throws it back outside. Still 12 to shoot. Barfus in the corner. Craven puts it up. Might have been partially blocked there by Colt Kepsel. I think he got a couple of fingers on Craven's shot. Big stop there for Howard. They maintain the 5-point lead. This could have been a one-possession game with a bucket right there. Luke Kepsel leaving it out front. Metley, nope, can't get the three to go. Barfus covering it up. And again, Winter in the same position here. Chance to get within one possession if they can get a bucket to go. 2:20 remaining. Craven trying to get to the basket, can't. Hammerbeck long range, nope, he can't get that one to go, a three-pointer. That would have been huge. And here come the Tigers. Pass side of the lane and a quick release by Taden Hoyer off that pass from Luke Kepsel. We'll stretch it back out to a 7-point game again. Hoyer now with 8 points. We go under 2 minutes to play here in game 3 of the day. They've all been close. Good ball games. From the corner, the three partially blocked out there. That time, I believe, was Colby Clausen that got a finger on it to come up short, and then loose ball foul going to be called. It will be Howard basketball, and it'll be Hammerbeck who will pick up the foul. Oh, and foul number 5. We're going to take a walk down to the Howard end of the floor with a minute 44 to go, and it'll be Colt Kepsel at the free throw line. Colt with 12 points today. Luke with 13 to lead the way. And then right behind them, Logan Mentley, 3 threes for his 9 points. The shot from Kepsel up and good. On the other side, Craven with 15, Hammerbeck with 10, Zach Olson with 8. Ryder Halligan with 4 fouls is checked back in the lineup for Coach Brett Gardner. But it's do or die time now, and a couple of big free throws right there for the 6'8 senior Colt Kepsel, and back to a 9-point lead for the Howard Tigers. Winter needs a bucket badly here. They can't waste much time. Here's a 3. It won't go. Hammerbeck on the putback is good. And we're going to get a foul or just the timeout? I am not sure. I know we got a timeout coming. And Colt Kepsel took an elbow right smack in the middle of the face. Boy, and he's holding on to his, I don't know, lip, nose, whatever, but he took an elbow from Hammerbeck. That's not a guy you want to take a shot from.
I tell you what, that is a man-sized rebound right there in amongst the big folks. Took it right up to the rack and scored, and yeah, Colt Kepsel kind of paid the price on that deal.
Well, it's a 7-point game again, 50-43. There was no foul called, apparently, just the timeout. I heard the whistles blow. They blew real quickly, but got the timeout. Look at that. Winter still got 2 timeouts remaining. Howard's got 3, so no difficulty there. Again, the foul situation, Howard is already in the bonus, so they're shooting 2 on everything. Howard has got 1 foul to give before Winter goes into shooting the bonus, and all that, again, with a minute 28 to go. Well, it was a 5-point game. 2 occasions, Winter had the basketball and a chance to cut into that 5-point lead, but they just could not get her done. And now it's back up to 7. And we'll try and check on Colt Kepsel here during the timeout as they bring him back in. Boy, he is not in good shape. Trainers attending to him down the end of the bench. They got a towel up on his face, and I think it's the nose where he took the shot. Obviously, blood coming from the nose. Well, Howard's going to have to finish this off without Colt Kepsel, the way it looks. They will put the ball in play against the full court pressure. Get it up to Hoyer. Oh, long pass from Hoyer out of the reach of Logan Metley, and that's exactly what the Winter Warriors were looking for right there.
Yeah, the good news is they broke the pressure very, very well. Bad news is they got a little bit too much of a hurry.
Yeah.
They saw a wide open man down the floor, but know your situation with Colt Kepsel being out. Hold that thing out and take some time off the clock with a 7-point lead.
And now Winter playing offense, defense. They had Halligan and Craven out with their foul trouble. They're back in offensively now. Again, can't waste a lot of time. Need a basket badly. Halligan on the drive. What are we going to get? Foul, I believe. Yep, foul called on the Howard Tigers. Again, we said they had one to waste yet, so now the next foul, both teams will be shooting 2 shots on everything. Down to 1:08 though. All these seconds precious ticking away for Winter. They try to get it right underneath the basket, and it's going to be a turnover. Trying to throw a bounce pass, and a tough bounce pass to Halligan. Was right down around the shins, and tough for him to pick up, and he could not control it. So Howard gets it in. And you wonder if Winter's going to have to foul. They're not doing it right now, but again, they cannot let Howard take time off the clock. Oh boy, we almost had a travel. Colby Clausen kept one tippy toe down on the floor that time. And Howard, yes, we're just going to hold it here. 14 to shoot, 43 seconds to go in the game, and they've got a 7-point lead. And can Winter just afford to let this time go down? I don't know. 2-1 on the shot clock. There's the shot up. Howard's got the rebound, and they'll try to hold it again. You got to foul now. And there it is. Hammerbeck will come out and put a little tackle there on Luke Kepsel. But there just doesn't look like there's enough time one way or the other now.
Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions.
But I thought when Howard got in the front court, Winter would put him at the line right away, and they chose not to do so.
Well, and I know we had talked about it before with the 5 fouls, 2 shots every time now, but if you come on and foul right away, you give yourself more possessions, more opportunities. Yeah. You just melted a lot of the clock on this deal. Very interesting strategy.
Yeah, gotta try and extend that game as much as you can. Luke Kepsel with that free throw, he and Colt now with 14 points apiece. And Luke with 15, and we'll get a timeout called here by Coach Nick Kepsel of Howard to set up his defense. Howard looking in good shape. They're up by 9 with 25.2 to go. We'll take a quick one. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Too wet or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
And they are still working on Colt Kepsel's nose, and now I see he has turned and just gone to the locker room. He's not going to get back into this game. He took that shot from Hammerbeck, and hope that thing's not broken. That's painful. Craven, had to hustle to save that from going back court. Hammerbeck with a long one, the 3 won't go. Howard on the rebound, and we do get a foul, but that is going to do it here for sure. With just 11 seconds now to go in the ball game, we'll walk down to the Howard end of the floor. Well, a good run by the Winter Warriors. As we said, they closed here to within 5 after being down by 11 on several occasions. here in this fourth quarter, but just could not get it done. Had a couple of trips down the floor, down by 5, but couldn't get that ball to go in the hoop. Free throw won't go for Clausen. One more coming. And now we get subs coming in. Let's see how many we can identify here for you. Tom Connor, number 52. Number 20 is Luke Feldhaus. Number 12, Colt Becker. The second free throw will go, and that'll give Kobe Clausen his first point, by the way. The game, make it 54-43. The Warriors into the front court with a last shot coming. They're going to allow Olsen to go in. Can't get it. Rebound by Craven. Won't go. And that will do it. Buzzer sounds. Your final score will read Howard 54 and Winter 43. And it turned into that defensive contest that we kind of thought it might. As we said, Howard came in allowing 41.9, basically 42 points a game, and they give Winter 43 points. So good job there. On the other side, Howard about 14 points more than Winter had been allowing during the course of the year. 54-43 Howard. They join Hanson and Gregory as the three winners here on the Corn Palace floor. We'll hold on here the MVP awards on both sides to be awarded by the South Dakota Army National Guard, and then we will take a break. And Sean Hammerbeck is the guy for the Winter Warriors. He'll finish with 12 points. We'll get his rebounds in a moment, and he'll be going to play some college football someplace. And Luke Kepsel will be the MVP. No big surprise there for Howard. A solid game with 15 points on the day. Congratulations to Luke Kepsel and Sean Hammerbeck. All right, let's take our final timeout. We'll come back with all the numbers for you. We'll do that in 2 minutes here on Live Ticket TV.
Hey farmers, don't have the time or the means to haul your corn to market? Contact Derek or Phil at New Gen Energy. They are receiving corn 6 days a week, and every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Farmers Only Haul Day. Located in Marion, South Dakota, New Gen Energy also sells distillers and corn oil. Call 605-648-2100 for all your corn needs, and check out their website at newgenmarion.com. That's N-U-G-E-N Marion.com.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Newenhouse in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.
You are a dynamite contractor. Your younger brother Gary is a slightly less dynamite contractor. But together, you make Mom proud. Look at you two. And look at your crew. Brenda, the calculator Cutler, Bill, the drill Robinson, and then there's the new guy. New guy struggles with stairs, and that'll cost you. Lucky for you, you have IMT Business Insurance. Learn more at imtins.com. Be worry-free with IMT.
Back we come to the Corn Palace. Give you a wrap-up on this one. Again, your final score, 54-43 Howard. They will improve to 8-3 on the year. The Winter Warriors will fall to 7-3 overall on the year. Howard, by the way, has a game not till next Friday. They will be hosting the Ethan Rustlers in their next game. And as far as the Winter Warriors, they're going to go on the road. They will play at Todd County coming up on Tuesday night of next week. Well, by quarters, Howard led 22-15, halftime 31-24, 40-29, that 11-point lead at the end of 3, and then as we said, Winter closed it within 5 and had a couple of trips with the ball but could not get any closer in the fourth quarter, and it ends up 54-43. Let's take a look at the scoring, first of all, for the Howard Tigers. They are led by Luke Kepsel, who got the MVP. He also had 5 rebounds in the ball game today. And then Colt Kepsel, and we wish him the best back there in the locker room after taking that shot right in the face. We hope he's okay. A double-double for the 6'8 senior Colt Kepsel, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Those were the two guys in double figures for Howard, the two Kepsel boys. Luke with 15, Colt with 14. But pretty good balance really down the line. You had Logan Mentley, who ended up with 9 points in the game. He had 3 threes. That was all of his scoring, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Then you go down to 6 points for Will Mayer. Those were also on threes. He made 2 out of 4 from the three-point range. Taden Hoyer finishes with 8 points. Hoyer also had a couple of rebounds and an assist in the ball game. And 2 points for Colby Clausen. Clausen ended up with 3 assists in the ball game. And how about the rebounds? He ended up with 8 rebounds in the contest. So Colt Kepsel had 10 rebounds with a double-double, but Colby Clausen kind of a quiet 8 rebounds. He was tough on the boards. 2 points and 3 assists for Clausen to round things out there for Howard. Let's go to the other side. For winner, 2 guys in double figures. Carter Craven led that comeback in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 7 of 11 from the field, so that's really a nice game for the freshman, the 9th grader, Carter Craven. Good line all the way around. And then Sean Hammerbeck, just short of a double-double here today. He finishes with 12 points, 9 rebounds, so 1 rebound short. Those were the 2 in double figures. Guard Zach Olson had 8 points. Zach knocked down a couple of threes today. Also had 2 rebounds, 2 assists in the ball game. 5 points for Ryder Halligan. Halligan had 2 rebounds, 2 assists as well. And 3 points for Aiden Barfus. So Aiden held down. He averages over 10 a game, but only 3 points here today. He did have 4 rebounds and a couple of assists in the ball game, but he was only 1 of 8 from the field was Barfus. Just couldn't quite get it going here today. Let's take a look at your final team stats. Very close. The one difference is at the free throw line. You look at the shooting, it's 40% for Howard, 39% for Winter, and there's no difference in shots. Howard is 19 of 47. Winter is 18 of 46. So one shot separates them. As far as three-pointers, Howard made 6 of them. Winter made 5. Howard was 6 of 19. Winter was 5 of 16. Here's your free throws. For Howard, 10 of 12 on the day. And for Winter, only 2 of 3. So an 8-point difference at the free throw line. Rebounding, pretty even. A little bit of an edge to Howard. 32 to 25 on the boards. As we said, Hammerbeck had 9. On the other side, Colt Kepsel with 10 rebounds. Colby Clausen with 8 rebounds. The turnovers were even. 9 against Howard, 8 against Winter. And each team, no, I was going to say each team had the same assist. They did not. Howard had 13 on their 19 made baskets. 4 of them for Colt Kepsel, 3 assists for Colby Clausen. 9 assists on their 18 baskets for Winter. They were led by Carter Craven, who had 3 of those assists. So again, Howard goes 8-3, Winter 7-3. Your final score 54-43 for the Howard Tigers. The final scores on our other 2 games of the day. Hanson won the close one in game 1 over Clark Willow Lake 66-64. And another close one, it was Gregory outlasting Ipswich 55-51 in game 2 of the day. Now we are getting set for yet another Class A, Class B matchup, and this should be a dandy. 2 teams with a lot of history from either end of the state of South Dakota. St. Thomas More, ranked number 5 right now in Class A. DeSmet's Bulldogs, ranked number 2 in Class B. They're going to be squaring off here in less than 8 minutes. And Mr. Rod Pattison will have the call for you. For now, Tim Smith signing off this one. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back to set up our next one from the 42nd Annual Hanson Boys Classic. Back in 2 minutes.